It's a bright sunny day as children throughout metropolitan Jacksonville begin another school day. There are over 180,000 students, all of different races and ethnicities, a racial rainbow of diversity. One would look at how diverse Jacksonville has become and think that we have made such great progress and that we are inclusive to all. However, the ghost of the Civil War still haunts today's public school systems. Students are dropped off by their parents and told to learn and behave. As they get off of the bus and as they're dropped off at Joseph Finnegan Elementary School, they are taught about our founding fathers and how revolutionary they are and how they made America inclusive and diverse and open to all. However, a closer look at the name Joseph Finnegan Elementary will uncover the horrible truth about our history. Joseph Finnegan was a Confederate general who led the Battle of Olustee. He was well regarded and an ardent secessionist and believed that Florida should secede from the Union. Joseph Finnegan built a 40-room mansion and owned over 20 slaves. That's almost a full classroom at Joseph Finnegan Elementary School. After the Civil War, Trader Finnegan had his 40-room mansion seized by the Freedmen's Bureau, a federal organization. He was eventually given back his property, and he was never held accountable for his war crimes. What makes this traitor to our nation worthy enough to have an elementary school named after him? At Jefferson Davis Middle School, students begin learning the hard truth about our nation's history. They begin to learn about the Civil War. They are taught that the Civil War was just a conflict between states' rights. However, any reputable historian will tell you that the Civil War was fought to preserve slavery. Still don't believe me about Jefferson Davis? Well, let's take a quote from Jefferson Davis Middle School's namesake. "African slavery is a moral, political, and social blessing." Did he just call slavery a blessing? Yeah, he did. And that's who Jefferson Davis is named after. At Kirby Smith, you will see many different types of students. However, one thing is for certain, Kirby Smith is a predominantly black school located in a predominantly black neighborhood. Why does that matter, you ask? Well, Kirby Smith was also a Confederate general that fought to preserve slavery. Kirby Smith was born and raised in St. Augustine, Florida. His grandfather and his father fought alongside George Washington in order to defeat British tyranny. So while they were fighting to preserve the Union, Kirby Smith was fighting to destroy the Union. I'm sure the Smith family had some very intense and lively conversations at the Christmas family dinner. Welcome to Robert E. Lee High School. Robert E. Lee High School is a really great school, but it's also located in a predominantly black area, and it has predominantly black students as well. And again, you may be asking, why does that matter? Well, because Robert E. Lee is one of the most famous generals in the Confederate Army. So imagine you've just graduated and you're relishing over your accomplishments. You wait until the mailman comes and then you finally get your diploma. And you look down and you see your name as well as Robert E. Lee's name enshrined on your diploma. A traitorous slave owner. No one should ever have to go through that. Imagine if we changed the name of Robert E. Lee High School to any other person that fought for civil rights instead of someone that fought for slavery. We could change it to Rosa Parks, we could change it to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I mean, shoot, we could even change it to Ronald McDonald. Any name is better than a traitorous slave owner's name. Are you pissed off yet? Well, you should be. And you're probably asking, well, what can we do about it? We have to keep these names in order to preserve history, and there's nothing we can do about it anyway. However, nowadays, we have the tools to fight back. Let's take Westside High School as an example. Their school was named after Nathan Bedford Forrest, one of the most infamous people in Civil War history. I mean, he was even a part of the Klan for a long time. We can all be inspired by the kids at Westside High School, and we can all stand together to change these names. It's something that's easy. It's just going to take all of us. So the next time someone tells you that we have to preserve history and that we have to keep these names up in order to tell the true story of how things happen, let them know that we should not honor white supremacists and traitors to our nations in public spaces. I mean, these things are good to be put into museums. And let's face it, there are so many other people that we can name our schools after. There's Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Thaddeus Stevens. Okay, you get the point. Theme music after that. And that's it.
Cool.
Yay,
I don't
cool.
think we need a second take right now.
No!